Hello again, Educator.com students. Now, I hope that after the last lesson you've had kind of, a nice fun week and, nice fun for a couple days depending on how long it is. And that you've written a lot in your journals and that you haven't censored yourself and you're not really, paying attention to whether or not your writing is right or wrong. You're just, keeping the pen moving and writing. Now, we're actually going to be moving into making story people. Why do we need story people? Well, can you imagine a short story without characters? Of course not. We're actually going to learn how to kind of make character that's, interesting enough for a story, but not so deep that they, kind of become boring. So, what are the things that we're going to be going over to learn how to create characters? Well, they're the first ideas that everybody uses. Any writer uses these first couple things. Again, this is just to get you started, and it will be kind of, feel very natural and very simple. There is also kind of an interesting little process that I've learned that'll help you make characters and to make sure that these characters aren't too deep. Your assignment then at the end will be to kind of make characters and then vet them. Now, all I mean by vetting is you're just going to be picking the character that you like best. And then in the end, you'll be kind of writing maybe a quick character sketch. Imagine this character doing something, write a few paragraphs out of the character that you've chosen, and then what this character will do and how this character is going to interact with just anything. It's a character sketch, not a story. We're not quite there yet. So, the first thing that everybody uses when they make a character, yourself. Yourself. Everybody does. My first story was about me. The first comic I ever did was about me and my friends. My friend who wrote a NaNoWriMo told me, well, I was basically writing about myself and then I got bored. Everybody starts off here. And why? Well, it's because you know yourself fairly well, right? You know yourself pretty well. And it's really easy, isn't it, to imagine somebody who's like you and what they will do in certain situations. Well, this is an exercise. Go ahead and write about yourself. Now, as a word of caution, my fiction teacher always told me and always told our class that whenever you're reading somebody else's story or somebody else's work, there's one thing you never ask. You never ask, did this happen to you? When you're reading somebody else's story. Because there's a good chance, especially if it's one of their first stories, that main character is based on them and something bad that happened to that character did happen to them, and they're going to feel very hurt and possibly very vulnerable, and it's just inappropriate and it's just rude to ask that question.